Hi guys, me, Rusty 78609 in Central Texas. I know everybody's excited. I know I am. I'm making my usual fashion statement. You can see in the back over here, that's my bedroom. It's got a little deal, a divider, which is neat. Anyway, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. And right now it is, I'll tell you in just a second, hang on. It is exactly, see, I did my nose. It is exactly 9:07, 9:07 a.m. Central Daylight Time, April the 4th, 2016. 59.4 degrees, humidity 51%, and it doesn't have the barometric pressure on there today. But it must be high because it's a perfectly clear day. Anyway, not to be held up here, I'm going to go to the news. I know, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. The news is just what it is. It just sucks. I mean, Trump, they got Dolly Parton on there, something she did. Alaska Air buys Virgin America. We talked about that. Now, here, there's a German newspaper. I may find it again here in a minute, but I looked at it earlier this morning, that has released, or somehow or another, they hacked in, or somebody hacked into a system that leaked names of people that have hidden cash all around the world, and it's some leaders from countries. I mean, and anyway, that news that's got legs. It'll go. Be interesting to see how that turns out. And okay, what else? Could Wisconsin determine Trump's fate? No, it won't make any difference, win or lose. Won't make any difference. What else? You know, it's hard to find a story that's, that's worthy of talking about, actually. Uh, at least one dead in Boynton Beach, Florida shooting. At least, now get this. This is something journalists are really good at. And it looks like I've got a black eye here, but it's because there's no light there. The light's over here, shining this way. So this is the dark side of the moon. Anyway, it says at least one dead. At least one. Well, what's less than one? Zero. I mean, you think they're going to say nobody was killed? No. I probably no one was even shot, but at least one dead. That is a headline. At least one dead. At least one. And everybody that's looking at that story is hoping there's more. We're a sick world. I mean, we go to football games to watch football players get killed. We do. And we go to automobile races to watch car wrecks. And if you think that's not true, check it out. Former, F-O-R-M-E-R, former raven arrested in Ohio. They arrested a bird. Getting desperate. Let's see what else here. GOP raises concerns. Obama warns of nuclear terrorism threat. We talked about that crap. I mean, the bomb, the bomb, the bomb. You got to watch the movie Wag the Dog. I know I've said it before. Made in 1987. There's no new news on Roku. None. Zero. Zilch. So we'll get rid of that crap right now, and I'll go back to Pandora right there. See my little controller? That's the controller for my Roku device. And I can sit here and go through the deal on it. And now we'll go to the exciting My News page on Google. Boy, isn't this exciting? Don't you just have chills? The anticipation, don't you? I do. And also, I got a joke. And this is the last one on my list. So the next ones you hear are going to be something I either make up or, or somebody tells me one. Okay, politics. Fractivists. Fractivists. If you're an activist for fracking, you're a fractivist. That's another thing journalism does and the media does. They create words. Whenever they can't, and the reason they create words is obvious. It's because it'll make the headline work or the soundbite. So you just make up a deal. Flip flopping, for example, when they came after Mitt Romney, they just made that shit up. Did it work? Yeah, he didn't get to be president. A lot of there was a good one here, but it probably won't be on this page. It's a funny thing about Google News. You go to it one time, and there's a certain set of stories. You leave it, and come back 5 minutes later, all going, all changed, all changed. Drones entering Oklahoma airspace workplace. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you've kept up with these little drones, but they got little drones, I've said this before, that fit in your hand. I mean, and you can control them with your smartphone, and they'll take HD video. Yeah, you can fly them, or be realtors use them. Taliban propaganda app. You can actually get a Taliban propaganda app. Well, you could. Android removed it. Had an app for the Taliban. Taliban and Al Qaeda. Actually, that's just Al Qaeda means the base. When the CIA was operating in Afghanistan years ago, they called the base where they were Al Qaeda. That's in Afghanistanese or whatever language. That means the base. And so when you hear the word Al Qaeda, that's all that means, the base. And Taliban means something just as simple. There's nothing threatening in them at all. Okay. Air France crew angry at order to wear headscarf in Iran. They must wear a headscarf if they work for that company. And is that right or wrong? Well, what it is, when you work for a company, you either go by their rules or get the hell out. It's that simple. I mean, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket sticks yet another landing. See there? Sticks the landing. That's these people are good, boy. How about this one? You'll like this one. China's carbon emissions may have peaked, but it's hazy. Oh boy, they are really good. They are really. Princeton will keep Woodrow Wilson's name on buildings, but it will expand diversity efforts. In other words, that means they'll go out and let black folks in that didn't qualify for enrollment. Even black folks got to get tired of this shit. They got to know this is bullshit. What good does it do you to get a degree from Yale if you're black from the law school, and everybody knows the only reason you got into law school because you're black, and they going to hire you? Probably not. Can anything halt the march back to $2 a gallon? Can anything halt it? Yeah. Oil prices drop to $1 a barrel. That'll halt the shit out of it. Let's get on down here. Waistline better than BMI. I don't know what BMI is in predicting heart disease risk. So what do? You put your hand on your waistline and it tells you if you're going to have. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to tell you a quickie. I did a video a week or so ago about what's in food products. And I've got some viewers from England and Ireland and stuff and places. And I got an email, and I'm going to do a video about some of the comments I got on that and others later. But he said he had lost in the, not because of me, but because of reading labels and exercising and doing some other things, drink plenty of water. He had lost 14 stone, and I'm going, stone? Translate that into pounds. Well, I did. 14 stone is a bunch because a stone is 14 pounds. I believe, let me check it again. A stone weight, STONE Let's see if I'm right on that. 14 pounds. The stone, a unit of measure equal to 14 pounds, or 6.35 kilograms. So this guy said he lost 14 stones. That's about what? Let's see, 10 would be 140, 160 pounds. That's a lot. Hell, I've lost 20 in the last 2.5 years. I weigh 167 pounds this morning. Have you ever heard of Elio, the little 3-wheel car this guy's making? His name's Elio. Well, check it out. It's a neat little car. It's going to be $6,800 and supposed to get 84 miles per gallon. It's not going to be either one of those. It's probably going to be more like 8,000 and get 65 miles per gallon, but it's really a neat little car. Check it out. ELIO, Elio. You'll get a kick out of it. Then we get into the 5G shit. And then we get into some stuff. And then airships. I'm fascinated with airships. I mean, it's better than the rest of the crap. British firm buys 12 huge airships. I think that's just neater than crap. I'd love to go on an airship. I really would. Now we'll go to Kingsland, Texas news. That's 8 miles from where I live. And spring break upgrades to Lakeway Trail amenities. Big event. Capital Elementary, scratch that, Campbell Elementary to be the first co-ed AISD school with uniforms. What do I think about kids wearing uniforms to school? I think it'd make it a whole lot easier on the parents. You don't have to buy shit, but you know who wouldn't like it? Polo. And these people that make these designer clothes, they wouldn't like that a bit. Amish Furniture of Austin meet Amish Arthur Vanetta Chapman. Okay. Hill Country Lawn and Garden Show this Saturday. You hear me? This is news in my area right here. This is it. We don't have LGBTs and blacks out in the streets killing each other and none of that shit. We don't. New assessment determines Round Rock schools' needs. Not bad, not bad. Let's look at technology and I'll get out of this shit. I got a joke. I got it. I think I already told you, but I'm getting down to the bottom of the barrel, boys, and you're going to find out this morning how low it is. It's getting low. It's getting low here in Central Texas. This technology is all Apple, BlackBerry, iPhone. You know, but again, there was no stories on Hillary Clinton. Not one. Not, oh, mine. I'll look at US and see. USA News right here coming up. Princeton, John Oliver. Oh, this was funny. Check this story out if you have time today. It's really good. I don't watch the Tonight Show with John Oliver because I'm asleep. But it's pretty funny sometimes. John Oliver ridicules the absurdities of political fundraising. You got to check it out. You can probably see it on YouTube. But he really does. I watched a little of it this morning. And yeah, it's almost sickening. And here's the thing. Remember we talked about this the other day? California is going to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And I told you it wasn't going to happen right away. It ain't. It says the Governor Brown on Monday was expected to sign into law a plan to raise the minimum wage from $10 to $15 an hour by the year 2023. 7 years from now. Well, if you just raised everybody's wages by 6% a year, which they normally do anyway, you're going to be close to $15 anyway. So you really haven't done. So corporations got their way again. And Duke University protesters want 3 administrators fired. They used a racial slur. That means they call some motherfucker a nigger. Is that bad? I mean, I'm so sick of this. You fire somebody for calling somebody a name. What the shit is that? Oh, well. Okay. Here, oh, boy, here's a biggie. Freeze warning in effect for most of New Jersey tonight. Whoopee. Alabama officers shoot threatening suicidal driver. Well, he got his wish. He wanted to commit suicide. The cop shot. You know, they actually have a thing. They call it suicide by cop. In other words, some idiot wants to commit suicide. He ain't got enough guts. So he goes out and pulls a cap gun on a police officer and they blow his brains out. Okay, I'll get to the joke because this joke takes a couple of minutes and it's the last one I've got. Let me turn this thing off. Okay. I don't know what you're going to think about this one, but if I can tell it right, it may be all right. Anyway, the joke today is this. This young man decided he wanted to be a monk. So he went to the local monastery out in the boonies somewhere, and he joined up. But before he joined, the head monk, I don't know what you call him, the head monk is what I'm going to call him, the head monk made him take a vow of silence. And what he told the young man was this: you can come into our monastery and you will become a monk, but your vow of silence requires that you only speak 2 words in every 5 years. At the end of 5 years, I'll call you in and you can speak 2 words. And then it's back out into the garden. Anyway, after 5 years, the head monk called the young man in and he said, okay, young man, you can speak 2 words. Go ahead. And the young man said, bed hard. Head monk stopped him. Sent him back out to the gardens and the cotton patches or whatever. Anyway, 5 more years go by. Monk calls him back. The head monk calls the young man back in again. Says, okay, young man, you've been here 10 years now. You can say 2 more words. 2 more. So the young man looks at him and says, food cold. And the head monk said, that's it. Back out to the cotton patch, back out to the garden. So the young man goes back out. 5 more years go by. 5 more hard years. The young man comes back in again, or was called back in by the head monk. And the head monk looks at him and says, okay, son, you've been here 15 years. This is the end of your 3rd 5-year period. You can speak 2 more words. The young man looked at him and said, I quit. And the head monk said, we figured that. You've been a constant complainer since you've been here. Four words is a constant complainer. All right. I hear you. I hear you. I hear all the boos and hisses and all that shit. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, the good news is I'm fixing to go do my walking. And it's a beautiful day. It's perfectly clear skies out here in the country. The birds are chirping, and it's cool. It's 55 degrees. I walk every day for about an hour, and then I come back and go into town. I have to drive into the local grocery store to upload these videos because my upload speed on my Wi-Fi service out here in the country is so slow. It takes to upload this video on my Wi-Fi service would take about 4 hours, maybe. But I can go to the little grocery store and get it done in 10 minutes. So anyway, enjoy your day. Thumbs up. This is Rusty78609. Also, I'm going to mention this. I have never mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it now. There's a way, they have a thing called fan funding. Fan funding is where you can click, I think in the upper right somewhere, or somewhere there, and donate to me $1. Or you could do more, but $1. I want a tip. I want a tip. Why do I want a tip? Just to see if it works. I don't think it works. Anyway, but yeah, fan funding, because I'm going to try to get some fan funding. And the reason I'm going to do that is I live on Social Security. And I also do these tasting events, and I save that money. And when I get enough, I go either camping in my RV, or I go camping in, I either go camping in my Prius, or I go camping in my RV, But anyway, so fan funding, tip $1, and I would just smile. And I would also give you another good joke. Anyway, enough said. Thumbs up. Enjoy the day. Carpe diem. Bye-bye.